Hello everyone and welcome to this video, which is in our Great Engine Games and our Crazy Leela series. I'm Grandmaster Matthew Sadler and we're continuing our look at some Leela Night Odds games. So this game is another really gorgeous one. It's Leela playing against a Lee chess player rated 23-22. And yeah, once again, Leela doing some incredible things a piece down. Out of nowhere, just able to create amazing counterplay. Let's have a look how it all goes. So knight f3 this time. I mean, actually, Leela playing all sorts of different first moves. I've seen b3, I've seen d4, e4, knight f3. Doesn't really seem to matter, which is quite striking somehow. So knight f6 and then c3. But I think that Leela's always got a fondness, I think, for playing c3, d4, London system-y type ideas. c5 was played by Black, which is quite sensible. I mean, if you go d4, you could maybe even think about taking on d4 and just sort of really solidifying the structure. So Leela played the move b4, which caught me by surprise. The nice point about it is that, if c takes b4, c takes b4, of course we've stabilised the structure, but you can put the bishop on b2. You don't need to put a pawn on d4, so the bishop could be nice and active on the diagonal. So Black played the move b6 and d3 from Leela. So yeah, just keeping things nice and flexible. And I guess, the idea simply is that, when Black is maybe looking to put a bishop on the long diagonal, then putting up a wall of pawns d3, e4 is not such a bad idea. So bishop b7 played by Black, rook b1, sort of hinting at b takes c5, and then Black played a very sensible decision here, took on b4, c takes b4, and then e6. And White played the move e4, just blocking out that bishop on b7. Now, Black can do all sorts of things. Kind of played somewhat riskily, I guess Black did. I mean, yeah, I don't really know what to think about that. In some ways you sort of think, well, you could just play slowly and just gradually let your extra piece drain the life from the opponent's position. That's what David Navarro managed to do so well in his match against Leela. But you would expect that if you've got an extra piece on the board, that also quick complications would also be to your advantage. You've got more stuff after all. But somehow Leela seems to manage all the time, to get its pieces just at their most active, and you just don't really seem to notice the piece less in those moments. So I mean, Black plays d5 here. And then e5, knight fd7, d4. And we've got a French structure. I mean, in principle, this French structure is pretty good for White. Normally, if you had a knight on c3, you'd be sort of talking about a very big advantage for White. So, in principle, this structure is not a great choice. I mean, the bishop sort of trapped behind the pawns there. This pawn is a nice attacking unit. Yeah, hard to shake the White position somehow. But Black does his best by playing f6. So basically trying to make use of that extra piece by going for complications early on. So bishop d3, f takes e5, d takes c5, knight c6, and now just castles from Leela. And it's not looking bad, right? I mean, and the thing is, I think that Black kind of feels that he has to take some action now, because after all, White's got a number of trumps. I mean, if this pawn remains on here, there's weaknesses on e6, there's weaknesses on h7 as well. There's stuff that could go wrong for Black. So I mean, you really do need to be a little bit careful here. So Black could take the pawn on b4. That feels really, really risky, but it's the engine's favourite move. Or Black could play a move that looks much more natural, which is knight takes e5. And here the absolutely unbelievable thing about it is that the engines here are saying 0.00, so it's just equal now. And it's quite incredible, right? 12 moves in, you were a piece up, just odds knight, and then you've grabbed an extra pawn on move 12, a central pawn, and now the engines are saying, it's equal now. So somewhere in there, I think there's something fundamental to be understood about chess evaluations and positions, but haven't quite yet got the room in my head to think about it. But it's quite amazing. It's quite remarkable what you're seeing. So what is the problem with Black's line? Actually, there's one big problem with it, which is takes. You go Queen h5 check, of course, forking knight and king. Obviously, knight g6 allows bishop g6. So Black plays knight f7, that's great. But White's now got this nasty move, bishop b5 check. And, with the king on e7, obviously this is looking a bit uncomfortable. So queen h4 check, king d6, and, queen g3 check. And, Black could play king e7, offering a repetition. I mean, considering what we saw in the first game, I think Leela would have carried on somehow. I mean, moves like rook e1 do look quite dangerous. I mean, you're a piece and a pawn down, which is maybe a lot. That the king is in the center, blocking in the other pieces. There's danger, definitely. But Black played e5, presumably, I think, thinking, well, come on, I'm a piece up here. A piece and a pawn up, I must be able to survive this okay. Would you believe it? But Torch is saying 3.45 for White, so White is now completely winning. Again, I wouldn't really think that. I wouldn't really think that at all. But then you see the next moves and you say, wow, that really escalated fast somehow. So it's I think knowing that you're that piece up to start with, you just don't believe that things go wrong this quickly. I mean, this is move 17 already. Black hasn't played so badly, you would feel, and yet it's 3.45, complete win, go home, no hope. So Leela played f4, looking to break open the center. So Black plays e4, f5 check, knight e5, bishop f4. That is a nasty pin, of course. But okay, I mean, how bad is it? Queen f6 played, just defending. And, you're sort of thinking, okay, I understand, it's a bit awkward this, but how is White breaking through? It's not completely clear. There are unpleasant things, though. For example, this bishop is covering the e8 square, so you can't bring a rook there to defend the knight. And, of course, it's also restricting the Black king. But there's a really clever idea from Leela now. Plays the move bishop g5, just hitting the queen. Only square for the queen, f7. And then rook bc1. So you're stopping the king from ever escaping away. And really asking Black, what you're going to do here. It's not easy to say. I mean, what Black does is play the absolute natural move here, which is to play bishop e7. And, you're suddenly thinking, well, if bishop f4 now, then I've got bishop f6, I've covered everything. Is Black kind of surviving here? But you might want to stop the video and work out a tactic here, because White's got an absolutely brilliant idea, which shows that rook c1 was prophylaxis against bishop e7. You normally think of prophylaxis as very subtle moves and all that, stopping things in subtle ways, but it can also be with a crash, a bang, and a wallop, because that's what Leela does. That's the reason I selected this game. I love this move. Rook c7. Wham! And I mean, obviously the bishop is pinned to the queen. If bishop g5, we just go rook f7 actually, and the knight's pinned, so you can't even take the rook back. And I mean, we're threatening. Obviously we're threatening to take e7, but actually the biggest threat is to go rook d7 checkmate. Then this pawn on b4 somehow is also useful, stopping king c5. Everything just seems to hang together, basically. So Black played king takes c7, and now already on move 23, Leela having started a knight down, it's mate in 14. So queen takes c5 check, bishop d6, only move. If you go to d8, then this move queen d6 check. It's incredibly nice. King c8, and well, choose your way really. Rook c1 check, why not? So bishop d6, rook c1 check. King can't defend the bishop anymore. So the only way to do it is to give away pieces. I noticed that humans are playing a little bit computery, really, giving away pieces. I think they just can't believe it, actually. I think that's the thing. They just think, yeah, come on, this thing must be blunder somewhere. I mean, this can't be true that I'm losing a piece up so quickly. But it really is true. Rook d7 takes, and black resigned, because mate is happening very, very soon. A really, really nice game again, I thought. And yeah, just amazed at how, Leela set up the opening, how the game suddenly turned, and I do absolutely love this rook c7 idea. Absolutely gorgeous tactic. So there we are. I hope you're enjoying these little snippets, these little snacks of Leela brilliance at odds. And yeah, do stay tuned. I've got a few more of these, lots of Mariotti games to come as well. So it's thrills and spills on the channel at the moment. So yeah, do give a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, tell your friends, and hope to see you at the next videos. Thanks for watching.